The Aeonic Thread opens, and carries us back into the Victorian night.
When shadows deepened, and the name of Dracula was first whispered.
Mina sat in silence as moonlight traced the scarlet brand upon her brow, a mark left by the Count himself. It pulsed faintly, like a living seal, binding her will to his. In the mirror, she saw not her reflection, but the faint shimmer of crimson veins beneath her skin, whispering the word host. The room dimmed as Mina's breath slowed. A red aura wreathed her form, soft at first, then flaring with unseen command. Her eyes opened but did not see. Words not her own formed upon her lips, echoing in two voices, hers, and in others that traveled through the storm. In the flickering light of a single candle, Jonathan's hands worked without pause. Each stake he carved carried the weight of love and vengeance. His jaw was set, his eyes hollow from sleepless nights, a man reforged by loss, preparing for what could never again be called mercy. Dr. Seward bent over his maps, tracing paths with trembling fingers. Lines of ink became arteries of fate, railroads, roads, and rivers leading north. His every calculation was haunted by the thought that they were not chasing a man, but a storm-wearing human shape. Dr. Seward bent over his maps, tracing paths with trembling fingers. Lines of ink became arteries of fate, railroads, roads, and rivers leading north. His every calculation was haunted by the thought that they were not chasing a man, but a storm-wearing human shape. The hunters gathered around the fire, its glow painting their faces in copper and shadow. Mina sat apart, her gaze fixed beyond the flames. None spoke of the mark, though all had seen it. The night carried a silence heavier than words, a truce between courage and despair. Far across the channel, the Count moved unseen among the crew. Cloaked in mist and menace, he took his place aboard the vessel that would bear him eastward. The harbor lights dimmed as if fearing to witness him depart. Behind him, the water shimmered red as spilled memory. By lantern glow, the hunters traced the ship's progress across parchment. Each mark of ink bled outward, like veins spreading through the page. The red line curved toward Varna, then inland to the Carpathians. Mina's hand hovered above it, trembling, as though she could feel him calling. The wheels clattered like a heartbeat through the night. Mina sat by the window, watching her reflection flicker with each passing light. Sometimes it smiled when she did not. Sometimes its lips moved though hers were still. The air around her smelled faintly of earth and decay. Across the plains they rode, their silhouettes cut by moonlight. Wind tore at their cloaks, but none slowed. They were no longer men chasing evil, they were witnesses to the world's oldest hunt. Behind them lay reason, before them only faith sharpened into purpose. In the small hours before dawn, Van Helsing arranged the relics upon a stone table, crucifixes, wafers, the host, vials of sanctified water. His hands moved reverently, as if touching instruments of war and prayer alike. He fears only the pure, he whispered, for purity cannot be corrupted. Night split open above the Carpathians. Lightning crowned the distant fortress where Dracula waited. Mina stood at the train window, her eyes drawn toward the storm's pulse. The mark on her forehead burned anew, a summons, a bond, a prophecy. The hunt was nearing its end.
Dracula's shadow is only beginning to rise. The full story awaits.